So the objective of the lab report of gear efficiency is first to determine a simple gear system efficiency, and the second one to ascertain how speed and current affect a simple gear system mechanical losses and efficiency. That's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aidan Rufurda binti Kamasha, matrix number 810519. Alright, in this laboratory, I will explain about apparatus. Apparatus that being used in this lab, firstly, display and control button, warm gear, clamping lever, frame, brake bearing, magnetic power brake, brake lever arm, coupling spur gear, 3-plate AC motor, clamping screw for fastening the spring balance, then spring balance. All of these apparatus are used in this lab to easier the experiment conducted.
Next, for the result and the observation, so for the first table is the increasing value of current. So when the excitation current is increased, it's followed by input force, input torque, and output force. Both of them three will increase within the excitation of the current. So next, for the last result and the observation, so for table 2, the decreasing value of current. So as we can see at the table, the excitation current from 0.3 to 0.0 is decreasing, followed by input force and output force. Both of them will be decreased within the excitation of the current. Okay, from both of the table, we can conclude that the excitation of the current really affected the outcome result. So, we can see that when the excitation current is increased, the input force, output force, and input torque will be increased. When the excitation current is decreasing, the input force and output force will be decreasing.
Alright, next I will explain about graph and calculation in this experiment. Alright, for the first graph extension current versus output force, the value increases as the extension current increase, the output force also increase. Then for second graph, extension current versus torque also increases as the extension current increase, then the value of torque also increase. Then for third graph, which is the last graph, as the extension current increases, the efficiency also increases. So that's all for explanation about the graph.
For part discussion, from the graph point is which is output force versus current. As you can see, the output force increase linearly with the current. This is because the force generated by an electromagnet is proportional to the current flowing through it. For the decreasing current, as you can see, the output force decrease linearly with the current. This is because the force generated by an electromagnet is proportional to the current flowing through it. For the next graph, which is output torque versus current. For the increasing current data, as you can see, the output torque increase linearly with the current. This is because the torque generated by an electromagnet is proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. For the decreasing current data, as you can see, the output torque decrease linearly with the current. It's because the torque generated by an electromagnet is proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. For the last graph, which is efficiency versus current, for the increasing current, as you can see, the efficiency increase as the excitation current increase. This is because the efficiency of an electromagnet is inversely proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. For the decreasing current graph, as you can see, the efficiency increase as the excitation current increase. This is because the efficiency of the electromagnet is inversely proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, so from the conclusion, we will be able to conclude from the experiment that raising the excitation current uniformly enhance the efficiency. As a result, efficiency increased along with an increase in input force. Finally, the student was able to research way to improve gear efficiency. Additionally, the student was successful in resolving the experiment fault.